everyone, coming up here on the Pro Wrestling Show presents the SmackDown Ring Report. As you see right here, a lot of ramifications for Crown Jewel. We'll get to it the day before Crown Jewel event. What Crown Jewel will have coming up. One of the Crown Jewel main event. Randy Orton teams up with the undisputed WWE champion Cody Rhodes to take on the world champion Gunther, along with his crony Ludwig Kaiser. You know, Cody and Gunther will be part of that historic Crown Jewel event. And I mean Crown Jewel event. Both of them, both current active world champions right now for their representative brand. But they're going to compete for the Crown Jewel championship as well. Speaking of Crown Jewel, coming up for the women's side, we talk about this. But Bianca Belair takes on Last Legend, takes on Piper Niven, and takes on Io Sky. These four women going to be competing, and I mean competing as well. They're going to be competing, and when I mean competing, we're just going to have the upper advantage in their deciding match at Crown Jewel for the Tag Team Championship match. We'll talk about that. Also, too, speaking of Crown Jewel, for the women's division, Liv Morgan, Women's World Champion, confronts WWE Women's Champion Nia Jax on the Crown Jewel. Which one of these two women going to be making history as well, becoming the first Women's Crown Jewel Champion? We get to it as the Pro Wrestling Show starts right now. And also, too, we'll get to it to come up a little bit later as well. We got some breaking news to report. I mean, breaking news to report from World Outside of Fightful.com. They're reporting that Keegan Knox, Baron Corbin, and a host of others have been released. Did not see that coming. We'll get to that coming up. We get the Pro Wrestling Show started right now. Hello, everyone. Welcome to this edition of the Pro Wrestling Show. I'm your host, as always, Kendrick Dix here. Glad you can join us on the Pro Wrestling Show. Join in the conversation using the hashtag Pro Wrestling here on Connect. And don't forget to subscribe. Subscribe is caring. Tell a friend, call a friend. Hit that subscribe button so you won't miss a thing here on the Pro Wrestling Show. Man, oh man, Crown Jewel is just merely a couple of hours away. And we talk about the latest on what's going on in Crown. Talk about it a little bit later. Let's get things crack-a-lacking and started with this. We kick off with this. Nia Jax and Liv Morgan, the two active women's champions representing their brands. Liv Morgan representing Raw, Nia representing SmackDown. And these two women came out here to confront each other tonight. And what a confrontation it was. Nia and Liv talked about everything. Liv brought up that she beat Nia before and she can do it again. I'm saying that Nia really don't have no backup tonight. And Nia don't have what she needs and stuff. And Liv just trying to grab down Nia, telling Nia that, hey, you just don't have what it takes and I can beat you. These two women, Nia may have to go on SmackDown, but Liv's coming up on her own as well. Well, we said we're gonna have Predict the Outcome special tomorrow morning, so don't forget to watch and see who I predict is gonna win this match between these two women, Nia and Liv. And like I said, the Crown Jewel Championship, a lot of stakes on line. Neither women's titles are on the line. It's just the Crown Jewel Championship to prove who's the best of the best in the women's division amongst all WWE. Who's the dominant women's wrestler right now in WWE? And we'll tell you a little bit later. Triple H also added an interesting caveat to that. The game stating that at Crown Jewel for the women's championship, they're gonna be the winner, but they're gonna be holding the belt in Saudi Arabia, but they're not gonna be taking the belt along with them. It's just gonna stay in Saudi Arabia. I mean, at first it's kind of pointless to me, and he made it seem like it was gonna be a winner scenario, like you're one, you get what you can get. But to me, Triple H, he kind of making confusing. He didn't even say like what if sensational share took on the Fabulous move, which that did happen in WWE and women. And Cher was AWA champion. But this is a lot of stakes right here between these two women. The Crown Jewel Championship, they get a ring of the respective brands. So, like I said, we'll see how this is going to go. But like I said, we'll tell you tomorrow who I believe is going to leave out tomorrow as Crown Jewel's Women's Champion. We'll see going forward ahead of time. Nia Jax left a lasting impression by splashing on Leah and taking Leah down with the 1, 2, 3. So we'll see on how that's going to go down and how there's going to be between them and stuff. And Liv took a bonsai drop to Nia. Nia was prepping herself ready that she could be leaving Saudi Arabia with the Crown Jewel Championship. With the Street Profits has found their edge. The Street Profits taking that pretty deadly. The Street Profits feeling a little bit frustrated, even to the point that Montez Ford even said that himself in a recent interview that he feels frustrated that he's not giving him enough opportunities and stuff. Montez feels that way. Montez feels like he wants to expand, but a lot of people saying that he needs to break away. Or if the Street Profits don't want to break away, just leave WWE and go on and venture out on your own. You don't have to be under Bianca or nobody else or your tag team partner. Or if y'all want to still be together, venture out and go on the indies and just see how far y'all will go. But they ain't gonna do that. They want to be heels and stuff and prepping themselves for the new tag team champions, the Motor City Machine Guns. We'll see what the Machine Guns can bring after winning the tag team championships last week. The Machine Guns are now the new tag team champions, and they'll go against the tag team champions when Theory and Waller. I thought they was gonna break up. They was teasing dissension amongst them, but I guess the dissension ain't gonna work. So Waller and Theory, they're gonna be probably the first challengers in line to go against the mostly machine guns and win some tag team gold. I'm surprised the bloodline. I'm surprised Teddy on and Tonga ain't trying to focus get the tag team titles back. They probably got a lot on their plate and they wanna, you know, see how they want to go forward and stuff like that. So hey, we'll see how that's going to go. But that we know that machine guns would probably defend their titles against Theory and Waller, and they'll probably break them up down the road. And how that's going to be. Well, we get to this. We get to this. The 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 fatal four way. Which one of these four ladies will give themselves an advantage heading into tomorrow's tag team championship match? It's gonna be a fatal four way, but they decided to do it individually. Bianca Belair went against Lash Legend, went against Piper Niven, went against Io Sky. That was going to be an electric match tonight. A match that you never thought you would ever see. Everyone has similar styles, different styles, unique perspectives in this match. Everyone did give their all and stuff throughout the entire match, but at the end, Io Sky gets the victory over all three ladies, Bianca, Lash, and Piper, giving herself damage control, the upper advantage if in case they do win the women's tag team championships. Like I said, don't forget tomorrow morning, predict the outcome, predictions, match previews for Crown Jewel. Don't forget, we're gonna have that for you, and we're gonna have that for you coming up as well. But we'll let you know. But Io Sky getting the win. Speaking of tag teams, and Bailey and Naomi were in action. They were in tag team action. I forgot who they went against, but they won. Bailey and Naomi will be next in line for a tag team opportunity once everything starts sizzling. I think that's what you do. You kind of like if one tag team. I think went against Candice and Indy. We'll tell you a little bit later. Indy Hartwell, we told you earlier, got released today and was her final match, but she lost tonight in her final match to Bailey and Naomi. So Bailey and Naomi get the win over Indy and Candice. and then Candace, and then we'll tell you a little bit later what went down with Candace, Indy and Candace, but Bailey and Naomi gets the win. Well, we talk about this, the reuniting of the bloodline. The bloodline trying to make fences, make men's fences over. Jay felt like Roman and Jimmy had mistreated him, abused him. Jay felt like they didn't respect him enough. Jay saying, "We're gonna do this thing. You have to treat me as an equal." Roman at first was kind of a little bit budget, but Roman eventually gave in and gave his cousin the nod. So they're all a united front, and they're all equal now. Roman, Jay, and Jimmy, they are back together. The band is back together again. This is tremendous. We never would have thought the bloodline on comeback. We know tomorrow the bloodline will have an important match in a huge six-man tag team match. Roman teams over the Usos to take on Solo and his bloodline. We just found out who Solo's going to be teaming with. Solo's going to be teaming with Tamatonga and Jacob Fatu, as Leona will be watching. And then Solo saying that he feels like he's been betrayed by the bloodline because the bloodline didn't take him serious. Now he found his new family. It's going to be a fighting force, I tell you that, coming up. The bloodline, the new bloodline against the OG bloodline. We'll see that force coming up. This is leaning towards Survivor Series in a War Games match, but we'll see the bloodline versus the original bloodline. That's going to lead to that. So can't wait to see that as well coming forward as well. We'll see that as well. Well, speaking of that, Randy Orton will be teaming up with Cody Rhodes against Gunther, the world champion, and his associate, Ludwig Kaiser. But before the match, Randy Orton wanted to talk to Cody. We know that Randy Orton keeps looking at that WWE championship. We know Randy's going to eventually going to snap, but Randy's going to have a lot of problems on his own. Prior to SmackDown, there was the WWE Crown Jewel kickout for Michael Cole, and Kevin Owens was on there trying to tuck some sense into Randy Orton. Randy Orton wasn't hearing all that. We know Randy Orton will take on Kevin Owens tomorrow. We'll have that as well for predict the outcome, who's going to win and stuff. But they'll let you know on what went down and stuff. But Randy Orton and Cody teamed up against Gunther and Ludwig Kaiser. Randy Orton and Cody won, and Randy Orton and Cody run tonight, and they won indeed. And Kevin Owens was out there trying to cause distinction as well. Owens will get this chance to go against Randy Orton. He said he's going to put some sense into Randy Orton on what Cody done. So we'll see if Randy Orton can get them back into the first thing again. Randy Orton and Cody won, but you know eventually the turn will happen down the road. But Kevin Owens started to attack Randy Orton from behind with that injured back problem, as well as Gunther tried to choke the living daylights out of Cody and told Cody, "Don't be worried about this. You need to worry about me." I think Gunther's sending that message, and Gunther is sending that message clear, crystal clear on what's going to go down. So we will see tomorrow night, tomorrow morning. I meant to say tomorrow afternoon. Will Cody or Gunther leave Saudi Arabia with the Crown Jewel Championship? Who's going to leave the Crown Jewel Championship? Both champions, neither their titles will be on the line, but they'll be fighting for the Crown Jewel Championship as well. And as well, we talked about Randy Orton taking on Kevin Owens tomorrow. Randy Orton will take on Kevin Owens. What's going on with that after Randy Orton trying to get some respect out of Kevin Owens? We'll talk about that. And the women's fatal four-way tag team championship match between these four teams. Who's gonna leave Saudi Arabia as women's tag champs? And Liv Morgan will get a chance to take on Nia Jax. Which one of these two women will leave Crown Jewel, becoming the women's Crown Jewel champion? Only we will see and find out and stuff. But that's gonna do it for Wrestling Hot Topic. For the SmackDown Ring Report. We're gonna move on to wrestling hot topics. On wrestling hot topics, we move on to this. Triple H had some live big news and stuff. He even informed us that the Crown Jewel championships for both men and women will stay in Saudi Arabia. They will be awarded a ring, but they will be champion, be in Saudi Arabia just to hold the championship. But it's like a museum thing. It's like a prop and stuff. But how that's gonna go and stuff. Well, speaking of Triple H didn't want to let the cat out of the bag, but it kind of did come out the bag by Fightful. Fightful reported that Baron Corbin, Indy Hartwell, and Tegan Knox has parted ways with WWE, and saying that these three talented stars will catch on to a regardless of what promotion. Baron Corbin even tweeted this right here. That's all she wrote. It's been a real appreciation for everyone who supported me. Did not know Baron Corbin. Baron Corbin was a good hand. He was in different gimmicks. Some worked, some didn't. It just things just went on. Same way with Indy Hartwell. Indy Hartwell as well said, "Don't cry is old because it smiled. It happened." So Indy Hartwell not have no hard feelings over it and stuff. She will move on. We haven't heard from Tegan Knox on what went down. Tegan Knox kind of processing as well. A lot of things to process as well for a lot of these superstars and stuff. Even to the point, Ron Killings made a post about what's her name, Liv Morgan and Dominic Mysterio. So how that's going to go down and stuff. Even this is what Indy Hartwell reaction was. Wait, what? I think she didn't know she was got released and stuff. But hey, you know, if it don't happen, she's a great talented wrestler. She will find 90 days. Just get your head together. And she'll go somewhere. I'm surprised they didn't write her off. So hey, she had a last match tonight, and she had a last match against Bailey in Naomi. So you go out swinging and stuff. Hey, all right. That's gonna do it for the SmackDown Ring Report. Like we said, tomorrow will be the Crown Jewel. Predict the outcome. We'll have special coverage on Crown Jewel. We'll predict the outcome as well as the Crown Jewel review show. So we'll have a lot of Crown Jewel information, and we'll have a lot of information regarding heading towards Survivor Series as well. So, for me being Kendra Dix saying so long, thanks for watching the Pro Wrestling Show. We'll see you for the Crown Jewel prediction outcome special for predictions. We'll see you then.